Yankwa Santamantam KN UST Siapono emu ene ewiase nyina ema ene onyam hyeda no ekoso ewo hono mo a ma Ghana nyina ba pani maame Rebecca Kufuado ewo ho chief of staff maame Frema Kosia wo nyina ewo ho binti encheche sam ne nkranhye sam a wo ka kire ma na ma timi abo wo ho so no yenhwe bi na yenti bi fa.
In our sermons, in their sermons, we should keep hammering that, look, this that is going on is a bias towards the female gender, and we must stop it. And then also, I want to call out to the media, because for me, I think that this whole month is a gender month, and they must dedicate all the space they get to talk about the biases that are affecting women and girls. And for me, I think when we begin doing this, the change will come gradually, but it will be within us. Thank you very much.
Sandra, for the difficulties you faced because you decided to be a woman in STEM, what would you suggest as solution so that other girls, and there are a lot here who are listening to you, wouldn't have to go through the same difficulties as you did?
Thank you very much. I think that the first call, the child's place, actually socialization starts from the home. So we have to start from our various houses. Try to encourage these girls to come up to like these courses. And before I answer any more questions, as we are breaking the biases, we are also supposed to do the hashtag of the women in these fields, especially in the science fields. In my department, for instance, we are 3 females. Before we came on board, we had only 1 female in my department, who is the head of department now. Her name is Mrs. Professor Adebanji, and she's here. I would really like to say thank you for giving us that opportunity that we would all be able to go ahead and do as she has done. And then KNUST, there is a woman in science, that is women in science, technology, engineering, and also in the house here that would encourage you to know that there are lots of women who are into physics, there are lots of women who are into mathematics, there are lots of women who are into engineering and then technology. There are lots of examples out there. You first have to know what you want to do, and do not let anybody discourage you. There are mentors there that are willing to help. When you have any other questions, if you have any other difficulties, ask questions. Be able to understand what is the field of somebody in mathematics, what's the field of somebody in science and technology. And then we would also like the men to take us very serious, because we are. The fact that we are women in mathematics doesn't make us masculine. It makes us feminine in a field that we want to make it soft for the other girls who are also coming up. So be encouraged. We are here and we will help. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Throughout the conversation, we've heard how other women's performances have gone to affect the potential of others. So my question to you, Honorable Abena Mosea-Sari, is how do we ride on the achievement of women who have been there and done it to pave the way for those who may want to follow same path, especially in politics?
Thank you. I think that first and foremost, when we see women who have achieved so much, that should give us hope that we too can make it happen. So the first and foremost thing that I believe that we can use our women achievers in the formal sector to speak to is hope. Once you have hope that you can do it, yes, you can do it too. I also want to say that society should be more tolerable to women opinions. Sometimes when women are bold and assertive, they say you are rude. When women pay attention to details, they say you are fussy. It happens most of the time in the corporate world. And then they tend to brand women as too emotional, where that too emotional means you're unreasonable. But it's just that you want to pay attention to detail and get the best out of the situation. It's just that you want to be bold and assertive to carry out your point. And I want to tell the young people here that there's nothing wrong with being bold and assertive. There's nothing wrong with being paying attention to detail, because in the corporate world, that really saves you a lot of trouble. And so these qualities will help you in the end. So irrespective of how society sees it, I believe that society should be more tolerable to women's opinions. Sometimes on the table, on the same table, you make a point coming from a woman, the way it is accepted is not the same as will be accepted if a man uses that same point that you have spelled out on the table. And sometimes it hurts. But let us continue to persevere, because women are known to persevere in all situations. We look at the Asantua, we look at Sewa Jabi, we look at, and we see a lot of these things around us. So let all these people give us hope, and then let we ourselves also push and persevere. I remember the first time I went in to get the forms, I wanted to do ACCA. Previously, when I completed SHS, you'd have to stay at home for 2 years before you go to the university. So I wanted to do something to occupy me in those 2 years. So I ventured into writing the professional exams. And then when I went to one of the schools, the proprietor said, you want to do ACCA? And I'd rather give you marketing. And then I went back home and I told my father said, didn't you tell them you are Abna? He always encourages me. So we need our men to encourage us. Didn't you tell him, you are Abna and then you can do all things? Eventually, I moved to another school and I was able to do it. Within 5 years, I finished the university and then completed my ACC as well. So I just want to give you hope that if somebody has been able to do it, you can do it. We want our men, we want our women to encourage us. You are Ama, you are this, you are that, and you can do it. If other people have done it, then clearly you also have what it takes to do it.